Morty, here I am, cruising around. Zipping and zooming. What the fuck? What is back here? Sorry, the animal brain just took over. And I don't need to be doing this right now, that is for sure. Your brain was designed to repeat actions that feel good, that return the body to homeostasis, that increase healing and power and dopamine and all that stuff. Increase these slow, relaxing, healing chemicals like serotonin, oxytocin, stuff like that. And here I am, a man who does not have his full serotonin and oxytocin receptors complete, but I am the most shredded man on the planet. So I'm trying to think, do I really need to keep spending all my time drinking coffee and becoming so powerful? Drinking coffee and becoming powerful or whatever, and doing push-ups or like doing all that gay shit. At the end of the day, I've always been searching for a feeling. And if I'm searching for homeostasis, if I'm constantly searching for homeostasis, seeking, trying to find it, trying to figure out how to get there, trying to slowly get better to homeostasis, then I'm admitting to myself that I'm not secure and that I am not where I want to be. That is literally all I've been signaling to my brain, is that I am not where I want to be yet. But as long as you have faith, you can do damn near anything. You feel me, dog? Brother man. But here I am still, repeating actions that feel good with no end in sight. Here I am doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. How many times am I going to blindly search for one specific reality? And it's just like, bro, at a certain point, you have to cut your losses and you have to be smart. And I don't mean that as in, it's not like I'm not going to save the whole world, but I'm going to create a digital product, a spirit. I'm going to create an identity, a consciousness that's going to be able to solve all of these problems. Like, it will be easy. Do you understand? It will be easy. Maybe that's my delusion. But at the end of the day, I am just a man. I am not God. I am not supposed to understand the inner workings of the universe. I'm not supposed to understand how things are going to turn out. I'm only supposed to understand right now what I'm actually seeing. Like, your human brain, you only have one vision. You only have one attention. Like, you can only focus on one thing at a time. You know, when's the last time you focused on something without looking at it? Like, all you do, your eyeballs are your attention. So what are you looking for? Me personally, I'm looking to become extremely powerful. I'm looking to become more bright, more charged with spirit. I'm looking to become more competitive. And it's just like, how long am I going to wait before I take life seriously? It's like I've always wanted the same thing. Literally, I've always wanted the same thing. Every second of every day. But I can't be smoking weed and jerking off like a fucking gay fag. Because literally, that is what you turn into. You turn into a gay fag. Every time you smoke weed, every time you jerk your little pee-pee, what kind of porn am I going to watch today? Am I going to Google up this specific porn or this weird porn? It's like, bro, It's gay, bruv. You can be focused, wishing things were different, chasing emotions, or you know what you can do? You can take a look at your surroundings and take action now, today. Smoking weed and doing drugs and being gay, homosexual, and scrolling on TikTok and going to therapy and having your emotions is all a way to avoid responsibility. You have to take self-accountability. And I know I'm saying this. I look at me, bruh. It's like, clearly you can see that I've been doing drugs and shit. Not the perfect man, obviously. But the whole world stands aside for a man who knows where he's going. So are you going to keep doing the same actions that have kept you in the same place? Or are you going to become greater? Are you going to become more powerful? The choice is up to you. Nobody in this world achieved anything great by being reasonable. Nobody in this world ever became extremely powerful. Nobody became a king, a champion, a winner by doing what was easy and doing what took little effort. The greater the challenge, the greater the glory. Why do you think I drink so much coffee and smoke cigars and do push-ups all day? It's because when I speak and when I act, it recruits more of my muscle fibers and more of my brain power. If I've deadlifted 500 pounds in the morning, it's like, sorry, I had to burp. If I deadlifted 500 pounds in the morning, when I go to work that day and go to knock on doors, when I talk to people, they're going to know that I've been through more physical hardship than they have. Maybe there'll be like one fucking big, strong, tough alpha guy, whatever, some fucking high testosterone, red-blooded male, whatever, who's big and fat and just physically is larger than me. There's nothing I can do to stop that. But I can keep going. Life is a staring contest, and you have to win. You can't stop. You cannot give up. You cannot stop. Because the Terminator will not stop. He doesn't feel emotion or remorse or fear. He absolutely will not stop until you are dead. So, think about who you are right now and the actions you take every single day. What are the repetitive behaviors and the repetitive habits that turn off your conscious brain, allow you to reward yourself and slow down and stay in the same place? And what habits and rewards and actions and fucking paths have you been following that have not been leading you in your direction you want to move in? I know I sound like a fucking crazy retard. But at the end of the day, I'm just projecting, you know? Because given a choice, my conscious brain, I would much rather be speaking into my phone than watching some videos or consuming content or consuming bullshit. Why would I sit around on my ass consuming short-term instant gratification, small, shallow, just insecure bullshit when I have the potential to become a god? Wouldn't I be selfish if I did that? You know what I mean? I think so. So I have to remain conscious. Every second of every day, you have to remain conscious. You have to remain in the present moment. It's like Tate says, it is a battle. Going unconscious when you're sitting on the ride to work, it is a battle to remain conscious and to remain present. It is a battle, it is a war. You are competing against the other men who want it the same. Jews, they are going to reward themselves. Jews, they do reward themselves, but it's delayed gratification instead of degenerate, repetitive addiction. So whenever you have a choice to make, think about this in your mind. is this decision going to move me faster? Is it going to make me more full, more powerful? Or is it going to slow me down and make me smaller and weaker and more insecure and more gay? These are the thoughts you have to have in your head. Not, does it feel good right now? Not, will it make me escape from my pain right now? Not, will this make me feel good in the instant moment? Is it instant gratification, feel good reward? Because all that does is make you stay in the same place. If I was a wild animal and I was walking around in difficulty, hardship, fucking danger, fucking gonna get eaten by whatever it is. If you're at risk of being eaten by lions and tigers and shit, I would be chasing dopamine and avoiding pain, you know? If I had no defensive capabilities at all, if I had no power, if I had literally no power or drive at all, like if my only ability was to just try and avoid that negative feeling and just keep consuming, what am I? I'm just living in a repetitive prey behavior. I'm literally a fucking deer out there just chewing on grass. And then once I get scared, I look up, I look around. Okay? Look at my current environment, escape this narrow, short-term current environment that's immediately around me. Once I escape, oh, back to consuming. That's what I've been doing. So every time I run into a difficult situation, I have a choice to make. I can return to the past emotions, the familiar, the known, or I can have courage. And it's a lot more fulfilling to have courage and go to battle and be a winner than it is to live an easy life as a loser. Because I would much rather try as hard as I possibly can and fight every single second of every day and spend all of my time fighting than to spend one single second sitting there, consuming, doing nothing. I have so much going for me. The funny part about my life currently is that I'm still acting on emotion. I play such a I place such a involuntary power on my emotions and my repetitive habits for instant gratification survival. And sure, I guess it's kept me alive this far, right? You know, it's avoided my pains, but the pains that I have endured and the pains that I'm trying to avoid, i.e., all of my time is pointless and it has just been a waste that I have done all these drugs and decayed my youth and my bone structure and my ligaments and my tendons have gotten weaker and more fragile and just more fucking weak, literally. But the best part about all of it is that God has a plan for all of us. Sure, Jesus will save you. Sure, Christ is Lord. But at the end of the day, that is just a force. It's just the universe. You know? The wind is not nearly as powerful of a consciousness as the human brain. The human brain is extremely powerful. You are a culmination of the billions of years or thousands of years of evolution. It has all led up until this point, and now you are sitting here. Like your brain, if you're walking the earth today, if you are walking the earth drawing breath today, that means you and your ancestors have come from a line of thousands and thousands of winners, thousands of conquerors, thousands of men who decided that they were more powerful than the other people around them, and they sought after a goal and they fucking took it. If you're walking the earth right now, if you're alive, if you can see, if you're drawing breath, your consciousness has been living for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And even then, right now, the only thing that's real is me standing out here fucking scooting around on my Segway. And I'm just imagining a certain vision, and I'm still stuck in the same place. And I'm imagining a vision about the past, but I'm actually in reality right here. Holy shit, I'm so conscious. But it's funny because no amount of daydreaming and imagining and manifesting and fucking law of attraction meditations and breathing exercises and fucking belief chanting, whatever it is, no amount of thinking and planning and sitting around daydreaming, imagining different realities in your brain where everything's perfect. And of course, everything you imagine is perfect because it's divine. It's the mind of God. Like the magnetic source of all things. You know what I mean? It's hard to put into words, but I'm sure eventually people will understand. But even me, I still have a little bit of problems, you know? Like, I've literally, all I want to do is just protect my consciousness, and I want to protect my instincts. What's the answer? The answer I came to is just spirit, bro. It's just infinite possibility. Like, you don't have to place all these limitations on yourself. You don't have to set rigorous expectations, because if you place an expectation on yourself that you cannot achieve happiness or success until X result is achieved, that just means you're telling yourself, I'm going to be unhappy permanently until this external factor changes. And I don't think that's a successful way to live life. I think a successful way to live life is to be extremely powerful, in love with life, in love with the present moment, and having every single action that you take and experience you have and vision you have is going to move you forward. It's going to move you faster, more in pursuit of the goal you already have. But if you do not have a specific, clear goal and you're just aimlessly drifting, which is what 99% of society is doing right now, how the fuck do you expect to build anything great or even have discipline to do the same thing 2 days in a row? Day one of sobriety. Fucking nigger. Niggers. I have tooth decay. I have gum disease. Look. I literally have gum disease. I am getting more shredded. Oh, I love life. The only reason I love it is because your body only notices the change. Today, I drank coffee. I didn't smoke any cigars. And I feel fucking amazing. I'm a little bit tipsy right now because I drank a little bit of wine. Ooh, man. That was attractive. But I had a glass of red wine. I had a gallon of milk. I had a bunch of meatballs and pasta. Didn't have any bread. Oh, I ate a carrot too. But all of this shit is just repetitive programs in my mind. No amount of eating food and no amount of consuming videos and no amount of just imagining my fucking little emotions No amount of imagining is going to put you in the environment you want to be in. Like you can literally sit there and meditate all you want. You can imagine your reality all you want. You can manifest it as much as you want. But the only thing that's going to make it real is you diligently taking precise action every single day in a specific direction for a specific goal for one singular specific outcome. Cause and effect is very real. If I stand on top of a building and jump off, I'm never going to go up, you're going to go down. So whenever I scroll on social media and I just slowly sit there and allow my brain to be programmed over and over and over and over and over again, the next dopamine hit, the next flashing colors in my eyeballs, the next fear response, the next stressful anticipation, what's going to happen? Fear, that's dopamine. Even when it's pleasurable, even when you're seeing like a funny street interview with a couple of guys and girls and they're all like having fun flirting, it's like, even when you look at that, you're like, oh my God, dopamine, what's going to happen? The mindless looking around, what's going to happen? That's the fear response, and it makes you less powerful. And get this, cause and effect is more powerful than you understand. If you really knew like how powerful your thoughts were, you would never think negatively ever again, because it shrinks your mind. It makes you smaller, it makes you weaker, and it makes you pursue an escape. It doesn't make you pursue victory. Doesn't make you pursue battle or power. Relying on your instant gratification, short-term emotions is literally how you destroy a family. That is exactly what the elites want. The Zionists want you to be as fried and empty as possible. They want your dopamine receptors so overloaded that the only thing that is going to give you pleasure is ingesting the crack, heroin, man-made research chemicals that they're injecting into your bloodstream. Listen, if I was a Zionist, if I was an elite Jew who controlled the world, living in Israel with my big bank account and all my Russian or all my CIA Mossad agents, do you know what I'd do? To make it as easy as possible for me, I would want to destroy the mental willpower and belief systems and brain power and habits and identity and culture of the other people who I was enemies with. What does this mean? If I was a king and I had a land and I had a population under me who lived to serve, I wanted to keep my population docile and slow and submissive, so they would keep working and never have the conscious bandwidth or power. That's it, power. So they will never have the power to rise up and come together and become a stronger force in the collective to overthrow me and my small group of elite rulers. So how would I achieve this docile population? What I would personally do is I would put marijuana and weed literally everywhere. I would put processed foods literally everywhere. I would make it so easy and effortless and fucking basically a no-brainer to where most people are just going to blindly consume bullshit and repeat degenerative, disgusting, repetitive, addictive habits. And all they do all day is repeat those actions, searching for a feeling, searching for that familiar homeostasis, searching for that emotion of fear or shame or anxiety or stress or guilt. People can become addicted to an emotion if it takes away all of their fears. Like a belief system, a childhood defense mechanism like mine was that I remember when it all went wrong. It was the birthday party. That is when I became a man. Is when my inner world was more real than my outer world.